Well, this is interesting. Driverless car. Just sitting in front of me. Here comes the guy now. Ridiculous. Well, that just scared the crap out of me. The car next to me just started itself and pulled out. I've never seen a driverless car. It got right in front of my car and then just stopped. Glad it wasn't going anywhere. A couple minutes later, the guy came out and got in and thought he was all sorts of funny driving away. I'm not impressed anymore. Good afternoon. You know, I was talking to my sister Karen yesterday for quite a while, and we're talking about being worried about me when I don't have projects. I'm worried because these little things are still keeping me going. You see under here, I gotta close that gap. I went to Home Depot today. I think this is gonna do it. Yeah, but it should be this side against the wall. And out that. I think that should do it, right? Should have brought the drill with me now that I know where it's going to go. And that was dumb. Right? Yes. Alright, so it's going to be. It's not a nail set, but I think it can be used as one. It does need to be caulked, and it does need to be have the holes filled. But it's better. I like it. One down. I noticed that Nikki was outside this morning very early, cleaning up the backyard of things. And on the old deck, on the old house, they had oh my God, that's too funny. Don't come out, Parker. I was just starting to talk to you about the outside stuff, and I don't know. I'll have to see the video. I looked up because Nikki and the little one were in the window waving at me. So they came into the house. I came in, didn't think anything of it. Well, the skies opened. I mean, it's a quarter of as bad as it was 10 minutes ago. All of a sudden, Nikki, we had the door open so that the little one could watch the rain. And she went, "Oh my God, Margaret, your phone." Because that's what I videotaped with. And she had to run out in the monsoon and get the phone. My Nikki, she rescued my phone. Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday mid-morning. Ran my errands, have my coffee. I'm lying, I have my tea. Welcome to Margaret being Margaret. I'm 71 and still don't know the difference between coffee and tea. So how was everybody's week? Mine was wonderful, as they all are. You know, since I started a couple months ago that something wonderful is going to happen today, I wonder what it will be. All day long I'm recognizing wonderful things. Except that Parker just got on the counter. Parker, get down. 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 That was not wonderful. Nice weather this week, so we were outside quite a bit, you know, in the wind down phase of Nikki being home. Sorry, I have to move this. How's that? Are we all happy now? Are we comfortable? Do you have your tea, your coffee, whatever you're drinking? Before I forget, Nikki and the wee one are going to Florida the day after Father's Day. What's Father's Day is the 15th. And they'll be gone most of that week, and then the next week, Squish turns 2. So I was going to, well, I made the decision I'm going to leave while they're gone. First of all, I'll have an empty nest. I know that's not right. I know that's not good. So I finally pulled the trigger and decided to go to Watkins Glen. So if anybody's out that way that wants to give me a little bit of an inside track on what was, you know, must-sees, I'm thinking I'll be there for at least 3 days. I want to walk and do waterfalls. But the nice thing was my sister Karen is going to come with me. So I made reservations so I can't back out, which I'd only back out because I was too lazy to go on my own. So I'm going to leave Friday. No, I'm not. I'm just making this up, folks. we're going to leave Father's Day that morning. It's about a 6.5 hour drive, I think. We'll be there Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm not sure if we'll stay Wednesday night and come home, head back Thursday. We want to be back by Friday. So, and I'm looking to see what's on the way home that we might want to stop. But give me some ideas if you're in that area, some places that are must-sees or that you think I'd really enjoy. We can't do any strenuous hiking. I don't think either one of us are up for that. I'd walk for 10 hours a day. That's fine with me. I hope it's okay with Karen. So I'm excited about that. After that, Nick and I have talked a little bit about what we're going to do while she's home from school for the summer. And I'm hoping I'll have Squish at least a couple of days, planned. She'll be back and forth. I mean, she's always back and forth. But planned days so that if I want to plan things other days, I can do that. And I probably will. I've made arrangements with a couple of friends to get out, and I'll try to do that more this summer. Also looked at Council on Aging and probably exercise classes or what I want to do. I don't want to do crafts. I need to keep myself moving. So I'll do that. And then there's always the pools. My sisters have pools. And the people across the street have given us carte blanche to use theirs for the summer because they're always down the Cape. Down the Cape means at Cape Cod. For those of you who are not New Englanders. So we had an uneventful week. I had a good friend, Karen, came over and was here for 3 or 4 hours. We don't see each other for almost a year, and for no reason except neither one of us reach out, but we were friends from the time we were 12, 13 years old. So she was here for quite a while the other day, got to see the house, I got to show off a little. And Friday, my sister Karen joined us for a Friday meal out at the little restaurant, which is always fun, and stayed for quite a while. I'm finding I'm missing having a yard. Now, we don't have a yard because it's going to be another year before everything is finished with getting loom and putting down grass seed in the fall and all that. But I didn't realize how much time I was outside doing things. So I'm going to have to get, before I plant to, maybe a planter for under the windows on the side of the house. Start putting some things out and doing that. I think that's absolutely necessary. So I'll look at getting that done. Once the railings are up, I can do more there. There's a small area that I would like to have for a seating area and make flower garden and stuff. I have to see if Nick's up for letting me do that. I need to be doing stuff. Mowing the lawn is all well and good, but it's not enough to occupy the part of me that has to have things going on. I'm finding that I have to put some more thought into my sleep patterns. I don't know, I always remember older people either saying they slept way too much or they didn't sleep at all. I think I've been trying to sleep too much. So I'm starting to move my bedtime later. And I might go like from 11 to 6. That seems to be when I'm able to get to sleep. And at 6, I'm waking up satisfied that I had enough sleep. If I sleep later than that, I'm starting to find out that then I feel sleep deprived. I feel foggy. I'm assuming that means this old lady's got to have less sleep now. Hello, Miss Parker. Coming up to check. I moved a scratching post. I moved some things around because the things that I bought for Squish, all her little number things and everything, I put there. I had them on all the doors around the house, but we weren't spending enough time doing things with them. This way they're right there, so she'll go over and start checking things out and doing money. And I don't know if I'm just an overachiever, completely anal, but whatever it is, I've always been this way, and I was this way with my kids too, where we're looking at money now, and this is a penny. All right, you can't leave it there. This is a penny. On the penny is Abraham Lincoln. He was the 16th president of the United States. And I'm doing all that with her. But she's interested. I did the same thing with my boys. And talk about, who's on a dime, who's on a nickel. I had forgotten all of that stuff. That's what I do in my spare time. The only other things I've got to do this week to get ready, it's already next weekend that Karen and I will leave for a couple of days. Have to find somebody to check on the cats. I probably could put food out in water for 4 days and it would be okay. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'll leave some lights on. Michael will be in and out, but he won't be around a lot. He's working a lot of hours. I would like to have the car detailed. That poor car looks so lived in just because I used it, this whole last 6 months, bringing things in, taking things out, dragging things around, and it's just tired. The inside looks tired. That's all I have on my list of things to do. Isn't that incredible? Karen was talking about how, she's busy at 76 trying to get things off her plate. She's on a lot of different committees and church things, and she's busy just about every day. And I'm just the opposite with, I got to pick things up here or there. Not a lot, except for the summer. Cameron and I even talked about, do I want to get a job? But no, I want to be around so whenever I can have squish, I can have squish. But just for the summer, I have to pick up some things. And I don't want, no, I'm not going to start doing hobbies. I have had hobbies all my life. I'm hobbied out. We'll take a lot of walks. That's always good. But that's a solitary thing again. And if I don't force myself out to see people, I'm going to become a recluse. It's just you and I, folks. Which is kind of okay with me. When I was at Hannaford's, I bought stuff. I'm buying ready-made salads. Lettuce seems to go bad so fast. And, I look for what's got the longest shelf life still on it. Get those. And then when I come home, I make 6 boiled eggs so I can have 3 eggs in each salad, which sounds like a lot, but it's the only protein I get. I just brought them in and let Squish put the eggs in water for me. I think 3 of them cracked on the way in. But that will be it for the week. And you know what? I think, okay, you got 2 salads, you got some different things that she will eat. Every week, I've got one of those salads going bad, and I'm only getting 2. I don't know what I'm eating because a lot of what I make, I throw out at the end of the week. I don't think I still have this cooking for one under control, and I've been doing it for years, but I was working. So that's a completely different ballgame. You don't come home when you're working and think about what you're making for meal. You grab whatever you can quickly. At least that's what I did. And now I'm supposed to be thinking about what I could cook for food. I'm not doing a very good job of that. Doesn't it seem like there should be a lot more little packages for one? Actually, that's not even true, because there are at Hannaford's where I shop, but it's nothing that I want. Having my sleep number bed has been a really good thing because I've now got it where I'm comfortable with the mattress, what number I want to be on. But I have to say one thing every single night that bothers me. I have my phone plugged in and there's a Breathe Right. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but it's an app that checks your snoring. I've said that. But every night it says, start, yes. And then the next question is, are you sleeping alone? And I don't know whether to be insulted or laugh every single night. It's like, yes, thank you for reminding me. Or, yes. Most of the time, that's a lie. All of the time, it's yes. But it's a very funny question every single night to have to answer and to find out how much snoring. My snoring has also gotten better as I've cut my hours back of sleep. That's very strange. Also tried to renew one of my prescriptions. That's $500 a month, but it's for my lung issue. It ran out and I sent the text to the doctor's office and they won't renew it until I see them, so I have to call Monday. And I can't fault them. It's been 2 years that they've been renewing the script without seeing me. So I do have to get that done because that's a steroid that I kind of need. Windows have finally been opened in the Northeast. It's humid, but I did see on my mini splits, those things that go up on the wall, folks, these things. Right up there. They do have a setting for dry which is like a dehumidifier, and that's been helping. I find this house stays very, very chilly, which for me is wonderful. But when we were building, it looked like it was so bright and so much sun. There's a lot of windows, but this is the south side of the house in the living room. The east has the garage, so only the door gets the morning sun, and then in the afternoon we'll get some decent sun. But it's much cooler in here than I anticipated. That's good. I have not put the air conditioning on, and it was 90 one day this week. In fact, Nikki got mad and said, "Michael, go turn our air conditioner on." I said, "I don't want it on. I will turn it on if I want it on. I'm not being altruistic here. I'm not suffering in silence. I just don't need it." And I have the 4 windows in the bedroom open all night. Oh, that's so good. And I think that's why the snoring is down too. I'm so content because it feels like I'm sleeping outside a lot. That's really nice. You know that I was complaining about how I can't get any chow mein. Chow mein. CHOWMEIN. Fall River style, which is the town a couple over, very Portuguese style chow mein that's phenomenal and you can only get around here. And the factory that makes the noodles, something was broken on the machine. They had to wait. So there's been no chow mein in all of New England and anywhere else in the country that they sent these noodles to. And it's been a big deal. It's been in the paper, and they finally got the machine up and running the other day. I got 3 texts from people telling me that the chow mein noodles were back. I was so excited. But they're not back on the shelves in the stores yet, not that I saw. It's the little things that make you happy, isn't it? I've said before, I've been so happy with things that you all have recommended to me. And the things that really have been phenomenal, one of them is that Cozy Earth pajamas. I now have a summer set and a summer set of them and a winter set of them. They are so cool. They keep you warm, they keep you cold. They don't let you overheat during the night. It's worth every penny. And a couple of things with bras that I found some really good ones. Again, expensive, but I don't care if they fit and I stop wasting money. But the funnier thing is, I'm now taking most of my recommendations from an almost 2-year-old. I needed a raincoat because I'm outside with her and splashing puddles. So I picked out a coat with her permission, really. And then I have to show you, I'm going to give you a fashion show. I didn't know I was giving you a fashion show. I hope you can get the visual on this. I hope you see it. Look at this. I mean, color, very basic black, but look at the boots that she bought. Come on. How cute is that? And I love it because I can use the excuse that I did it for the 2-year-old when it was really probably just as much because I wanted them. Isn't that great? And the other thing is I was in her cabinet in their pantry this week asking what she wanted for a snack, and there's a little thing of crackers, a little thing that looks like cookies. And I said, "Oh, what's that, honey?" And she said, "Best cookies in the world." I was like, alrighty then. Partake, Partake. Now, I'm taking recommendations for somebody who's almost 2, but I looked afterwards and they're gluten-free, vegan. They're allergen-free, 6 cookies for 80 calories. And she's right, they are really good. And it's so funny because not only am I taking these recommendations, but when Karen was over, Squish let her have one too. Squish shared with her too. Karen went, yes. I got a text from her that night asking me the name of them. So I know you can get them on Amazon, and they're at Hannaford's. They're in the gluten-free aisle. So I just got a bunch of those. A 2-year-old. is giving me fashion tips and food tips. And she's right. It's very strange. So the sun is finally coming out. I don't know if it was supposed to today. You know, allergies are up. I'm getting a headache. Go take an allergy pill. Have lunch. It's 12:30. Edit this video and put it up before I go out and do I don't know what. Hope you all have a great week. Please, recommendations for New York and anywhere on that drive back into Massachusetts that we should definitely stop and see. Yes, you will go along on the trip. So we will see you probably one more time before I leave on Sunday. And then I'll catch up with you, maybe even live at some point with Karen. 4 or 5 days with Karen. It's going to be an adventure. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. Have a wonderful week. Remember, something wonderful is going to happen today, tomorrow, every day. Just be open to it, cuz I wonder what it is. I'm done. Take care. I have to share this quickly. I just drained the boiled eggs. Look, no shell. Shell. Look at them. That's not a bad idea. Let her put them in, crack them as we go. Half of them are already out of the shell. Not bad, huh?